Okay, we are live. Well, there's only me here, but I am live. And okay, lots of people have joined the chat already. That's wonderful. It's going to be a bit of a rant, this one. I've just had enough of these people, you see. And I'm going to talk about that. I'm sick and tired of these people. And yeah, bit of a rant. So, for those of you who don't know what the Manosphere is, the Manosphere is a part of internet where um, men's issues are discussed. It is a part of the internet where the MGTOW movement can be found, and things like I think it's called hookup culture and all of that. The manosphere, you know. I wouldn't say it's where men can be found, but well, on the contrary, actually, and I'm going to get into that. But the manosphere is an internet phenomenon, if you will. And I'm not going to even mention certain criminal charlatans here because you need to be at a certain level of decency for me to even mention that name. Okay. So let me just get straight to the point here. There is nothing that is less masculine than getting involved in online internet disagreements, going back and forth in the comments section to somewhere, calling other people names and making blunt statements and you know, posting Twitter images just to make a scene and make a lot of drama. You know what? Um, and the the women in here must please forgive me for saying this, but it is something that traditionally has been seen as, you know, what women do. You know, they gossip and they use bad words about people behind their backs and so on and so on. It's not masculine. It's the opposite of masculine. That's a sort of behavior that, I mean, people who engage in that, to me, they're not real men. Okay, I'm not saying that you can't be in a discussion. Of course not. That's fine. But you know, I guess what I'm talking about here. Making a drama just to make drama. If you do that, you're a drama queen. And we have seen quite a lot of those people, drama queens, in the manosphere um, lately and previously. And you, the young ones here need to know that the manosphere is not a new phenomenon. I in the 90s it was a thing in the 90s as well. So it's going back a long, long time, and it's always been about the same. It's always been about, well, let me go back a few steps there. Um, Again, I'm not saying that everything is bad in the manosphere. I think the manosphere is needed, but that's where you also find the charlatans and you find the women haters and people like that. And when it comes to those who are trying to sell this idea that if you just do like this and that, and if you pay money to some online course or something, some rubbish like that, if you do that, you will have lots of money, lots of women, lots of fancy cars, and so on and so on. I guess you all understand that that's a lie. That's not how the world works. And if you have goals like that, I would say you're not a man, you're a boy. Okay? And you need to grow up. Um, but this idea that, this idea about easy money, fast money, easy women, treating women badly to get women and all that, there is nothing new about that. It's, I would say it's as old as humanity itself. Of course, before, well, if we go 2,000, 3,000, 10,000 years back, they didn't have cars back then. But, you know, I guess there was some guy saying that if you just do like this and follow my advice, you'll have lots of cattle and lots of wives and so on and so on. I had just had enough of these people, and I view them as, well, drama queens, because that's what they are. They make a lot of fuss, they make a lot of noise, but it's like this saying, empty barrels make the most noise. Isn't that what they say? Well, at least if you bang on them, empty barrels make the most noise. And that's what they are. There is no substance, there is no wisdom, there is nothing there. Nothing. There is just greed, envy, and hate. And if we're talking about a certain weak-chinned Englishman here, which I will not even mention by name, I hope nobody who is listening to this has bought into that lie that he was selling. So that's my message. that's my pretty much what I wanted to say here concerning these drama queens. But I will add this. There certainly is a need for a healthy focus on true masculinity. Boys now, they will very often grow up without a healthy masculine role model, and they are often taught in school that the masculine values are bad, and that makes me quite angry, to be honest with you, because masculinity is a healthy, natural thing. It is needed. It is a positive force. So we need to, and we are the healthy men. We are those who are actually masculine. We need to take that term back. Now, I've been talking about this before. I've been talking about this on my main channel, and I always get a lot of pushback from people who seem to have bought into this idea that these charlatans are selling. And I can notice that people forget easily. There was a guy who, with a big beard, he was caught with his pants down, basically, not long ago. Seems to have been forgotten, the whole thing. False name, and it was all a lie. And now there's a new one, and well, I guess he's gone now. There will be another one again, and several other ones. As long as there are insecure young men out there who have not had a positive masculine role model in their life, there will be these people who are trying to sell them this idea of what masculinity is. But let me just tell you, masculinity is not easy money. It's not fast, stupid cars. It's not easy women. That's not masculinity. It really isn't. Masculinity is about making an effort, hard work, um, being empathic and caring for your loved ones and taking care of them. Masculinity is about building, not tearing down. And this is quite important. Boys used to have fathers and grandfathers present, and they would teach them how to build things with their own hands. And they would teach them to hunt, they would teach them to build a house, to care for the animals on the farm, and so on. And this is gone now mostly, and that's a shame. It really is, because we lost something there. We lost a part of what it means to be a man, and it it hurts me. It hurts me. I to see young men being so lost. It's painful to watch. It's painful. Of course, if you're a teenage boy, you know, I'm not, that's it's natural to be a boy at that age, and you will probably then be attracted by, I guess, those fast cars and and the girls and so on. But that should be a limited period of time in your life before you move on and you become a man, and with, yeah, you know what I mean. So I really feel that this is something that we need to call out, because the only ones calling these fake masculine role models, these charlatans, out seems to be, very woke people very often, and women, you know. Now, of course, I understand that women, like, not talking about woke women, women in general. I understand that they don't like these manosphere charlatans. I understand that. Um, and I can tell you that as a father, I have a daughter. I mean, uh, if someone like that came here, I can tell you he would be, no matter who he was, he would be physically removed from my property in an instant. And that's what fathers need to do. And I think very often that's what happens as well. That's just, part of being a father. And if you've done your job right, you will never get yourself into a situation like that, because your daughter will not be interested in that, and she will see that that's not a real man. That's just a stupid moron, and you won't ever she will never get involved with people like that. So we, as healthy masculine men, we need to call these people out. We need to point at this and say that, well, you know what? These are not real men. These are drama queens. And they are using this drama to make money, basically. And not only those guys I'm talking about here who have made it a profession to make a lot of fuss about themselves, but all the other people, who take on that kind of behavior where suddenly it's okay as a man to spend time uh, getting involved in lots of internet drama. I mean, it's disgusting. It's not masculine. It's the opposite of masculine. Okay, I um I will take a look now at the at the chat. Let's see if we have some haters. We always have some haters. And we will get rid of those. Let's see if we have some super chats. Um, let's see here. Norseman Redbeard, always good comments from you. I'll just read this one. Norseman Redbeard says that boys first thought it it's about them and how things affect them personally. Men think about others and how their actions affect others. Yes. Um, let's see here. Edie Crowley, hi there. Good to see you. Um, and you're saying that chivalry is virtually unknown, is an unknown word in the US and obsolete in practice. Woe to the damsel in distress. Her biggest job besides saving herself will be to watch out for predators. Yeah. Brensway, well, thank you. That's awesome. Thanks a lot for the super chat. Um, let's see. I'll just scroll up a little bit and see if there. Okay, there are lots of comments here. Let's see. I'll scroll down again. um, yeah, absolutely. Frost, the Manosphere is needed. It is needed, but I think it has become also a very toxic place. It should be a place where men build each other up. It should not be a place for drama. And I will say this, and I know I get a lot of hate when I say this hating on women is disgusting. And I see sadly a lot of that. And I can't, I really don't get it. I don't get it. I have always tried my best to treat women in a decent way. I will say, yeah, I think I can say that. And and I've always been treated well by women. I mean, I can't understand why where this well, I can understand where this hate comes from. I think it comes from people, men, who want to make an effort with themselves. Maybe they don't watch their diet. Maybe they don't work out. Maybe they never read a book. They don't try. And when they don't succeed, when they approach women, it must be her, right? Can't be him. So they lack a little bit of what's the word? Yeah, they don't understand that it's mostly about them. Not always, of course, but mostly. You know. Um, yeah. Well, Sim the Despot. Well, thanks for the super chat. I won't use that name, but yeah, those two are very different. Very different. Absolutely. Ander, welcome as a member to this channel. And if I can just remind everyone that we are getting close to 100,000 subscribers here, and it would be awesome to get to that milestone. So if you're listening to this on replay, please consider subscribing. I am. Yeah, okay. Let's see here. Well, yeah, I see here now that a lot of people are saying that modern women are like that, or like this, or like that. Yes, but you know what? There's always been something wrong, something that doesn't really. Now, hush. Okay, I'll need to rephrase that. Yes, yes, it's a problem, and I think largely the reason is that not only are young men suffering because they very often don't have a positive masculine role model like their father present, but that affects women, well, girls, and as well. You know, they are never taught. No, they are they never get to, as children and youths, they never get to see a how a good man should be. You know, that good man should be the father, and he should be that example. Uh, that teaches them how a good man should behave, so that they can recognize certain traits when they grow up and start dating and so on. I hope I said that correctly. Uh, Jules, thanks a lot for the super chat. Thanks a lot. Um, let's see here. Uh, yeah. Okay. There was the comment just went up there, but basically it said that someone wrote that I don't hate women, but some. Oh, there it is. We'll say some women I can't stand. Yes, of course, but that's just how it is, and women will say the same about men. You can't like everyone, you know, but people are different. So let's see here. Um, yeah, and we have the it's being mentioned here that now dating is on the internet, as on social media. I don't know how that works because I'm so old. So my days of dating, that's a long time ago, and that was before online dating was a thing. Yeah, I'm that old. So I don't think I'm qualified to get into that topic actually. Um, yeah, but I will guess that it's maybe problematic because you don't really get to see the real person. If you know, people are not honest online. So the Wizzy official says, I feel like wasting time. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Can I go now? What topic is next? I think you should just go. I don't think this is the place for you. We're just having a conversation here, and that must be hard for you. So this is not the place for you. Um, let's see here. Again, Jihan Kid says Bjorn will swim in the frozen lake at 100K subscribers. Well, I don't think I will, because I already did that on the main channel. I said I would swim, I take a swim in the fjord when it reached 500,000 subscribers, and now it's January, and that was actually a year ago, so it was very cold. I don't want to do that again for maybe at 500,000, if this channel ever gets to 500,000. Yeah, now I won't make any promises concerning that. I would maybe have said yes if it was summer, but no. Yeah, very. Didn't he flash everybody that day? No, no, no skinny dipping. You won't get that. I guess that you can't. That's other channels. I guess no, no, you won't get that. um, no, we'll. I think I'll just keep making content here, and hopefully that will make the channel reach 100,000 subscribers. But I uh, I really think this is important because you know, on one hand, of course, masculinity is under threat. I mean, it must be every day that we see someone online or in the news, some stupid politician, some stupid Hollywood celebrity saying that masculinity is bad. And it really isn't. Where would we be without masculinity? We would not even exist as a species. But what they are seeing as masculinity, they see these very toxic, fake, moronic role models who are portraying, having a certain physique and having, making easy money and all the girls and all that, as they portray that as masculine, while we know it is not masculine. It's a boyish behavior. It's immature behavior. So we need to take the term masculinity back, and I feel this is very important. And how do we do that? Well, we use our voices. We don't get involved in internet drama, but we are clear about this. We won't take any nonsense from anyone, not from the um, blue-haired, crazy third generation feminists, and not from the people who are trying to sell some online course in how to be a man without his shirt on. We're not taking any nonsense from any of those because they're both just something that the world doesn't need. Don't get me, don't misunderstand me. It's a figure of speech, okay? So, Marge says, "Real men go camping." Yes, yes, and real women too. Yeah, everyone should go camping. Absolutely. Um, yeah, well, yes. Ser Seroy Khan says that points out that a lot of men in the West are marrying women from the Eastern Europe, I guess. Yeah, it's becoming more and more common, and it also has to do with immigration, I think, because yeah, but there is certainly a what is termed traditional roles, in it is important that there a lot of people, maybe most people, feel happiest like that, and it's looked down upon, it's frowned upon in the West. But it's a big topic. I won't get into that now. But yeah, I can absolutely I see it a lot. Yeah, okay, immigrants. Let me just quickly explain what I mean by immigrants. People coming here, like I live in Norway, so people come here to work, um, and it's actually needed in Norway. Um, That's one type of immigration, right? And those people come typically from Eastern Europe. Um, and you will find a lot of the women there working in healthcare and so on. I think that that's very beneficial to Norway. You need to understand Norway as a country, uh, really, because it's a rural country, and yeah, people are needed, especially out in the countryside, and most of Norway is countryside. But people move out of those places into the cities. So yeah, workers is are needed in those places. But then, of course, you have the other kind of immigration, where people come here to get benefits and not work, and all that. And they come from other parts of the world. We don't have as much of that as other Euro- other European countries, I believe. But yeah, okay. So let's see here. Yeah, I'm okay. No, I don't have any concrete plans to make powerlifting or training videos. I think actually I don't want to do it because um, that niche on YouTube is dominated by people who do drugs. It's obvious, and it's extremely toxic, and you get lots of haters and trolls. Uh, like, so no, I won't even get into it. Um, no. Artifact in reality says no one wants to see you lift, bro. I'm not your bro. Yeah, I am actually a personal trainer. I've done those courses, and I've been on the national powerlifting team, and I competed in the worlds, Europeans, nationals, and I have several deadlifting national records. Um, yeah, but just to prove my point there, that comment, you get them all the time if you get into that. So maybe not, maybe not. Yeah. So that's it for now. Thanks for joining. Remember to subscribe. That would be awesome. Steve, thanks a lot. Good to see you. Just finishing this live stream now. And take care as always, and stay strong.